check this thing out. So finally came in, ordered this from Aliexpress. It took some time, but they feel really nice, and I'm actually pretty excited because these things were worn out and not something easy to find anywhere else. But they are brand new covers for the steering wheel buttons on the Mercedes. So as you can see, this one has completely worn out and this one is starting to peel. So let's see if I can give some light. Let me not make sure I don't blind ourselves here. Okay. Yeah, so you can see right there that's peeling, and there's a lot of wear on that, so they're gonna wear out. And I'm just happy that I was able to find, and they match pretty nicely. So we're just going to remove the center portion right here. There's some screws in the back of this, as you can see in this little item. There's some posts there. That's probably where the screws go. So we're going to remove this item, which is held by 2 screws on the back, and it should be a pretty easy swap. So you will need a T30. This is what I'm using, just a small little ratchet and some of my little extension here. And you've got 2 holes back here. There goes one, and then the other one's on the other side. So you want to turn the steering wheel at an angle, 90 degrees, something like that. And then just reach in there. It's going to be a tight fit. It might not be long enough. And then just start wrenching away. I've already loosened it, so it's kind of... And then mine gets stuck in there, but it's okay. And then the reason I'm not turning my vehicle on is because I'm doing other work and I don't have any radiator fluid. But same thing up here. Now I'm just gonna find the entrance. There it is. It's sliding in. And same thing. I've got enough room to work in there. Just like that. I'm not gonna fully remove this. I'm just gonna grab some other Torx and remove the 2 screws that are holding this inside, and then the 2 screws that are holding this one. So now that we have this out, it's a T20. And there's another one down here. We worked our way through this steering wheel. So far we haven't had to remove any of the connections. You're going to use a 10mm socket, and you're going to remove these bolts, and you don't need to remove them all the way. Just loosen them up enough, and you'll start seeing here we're able to loosen enough to get this out of the way. And there's one, and we'll go ahead and disconnect it. And I think we can remove. There you go. Look at that. Bam, bam, bam. Easy. And all right, we'll take it inside and we'll replace the covers. We're back inside, and the bit you're going to need for this is going to be a T6. And so we'll go ahead and start, and I guess I can show you the back of this. So here's the one that's completely just gone, and this would be on the right hand side. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws there, and you're only using 2 of the connectors here, so I'm not sure what the other 2 are for, but anyways. Now on this one there's just 1 connector, and same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws on that, and that should remove these, and we'll replace them. So let's go ahead and okay. Seems like everything just can come apart. This item would go just like, oh yes, look at that. And then boop, 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 boop. Button, button, button. Let's see, you always want to be careful because it's just plastic and small screws. So make sure it's catching properly and that you're not feeling a lot of resistance there. You don't want to strip anything here. So a lot of times with these like sheet metal screws here, you can go backwards and you'll feel it catch, and that's where you can kind of like work in that thread again. So there that is. Look at that. Boop. Button, button, button. Yeah, look, it's worth a shot. I don't think it's gonna work this way. Oh, it did. Look at that. Fell in, nothing fell out. There you go. So now we're back inside of the car and we're gonna install. Look at that, looks so much better. So we'll slide these back in. Well, let's go ahead and connect them first. And these connectors themselves, usually they only go into one hole, so they're very loyal. Like I mentioned earlier, you really didn't need to undo that whole, all these screws, so we'll just go ahead and slide those back in. We'll tighten them up in a second. Connect you. Get you back on your hook there. There you go. Okay. Okay, we're not going to tighten everything up yet. We want to make sure that everything is fitting nice and flush. And let's go ahead and remove whatever that is. Keep in mind that if you have a brand new looking interior, probably secure the flashlight a little bit better. This car for me is my dog car now. I bought this specifically for the dogs, but I still don't want to just drive around in a horrible interior. So that's why I'm replacing some of the things in here. I got this car for, I think it was a really good deal. It is a E320 wagon. Loads of room in the back. Body wise, it's got some damage. Nothing, no actual wrecks or anything. It's got a clean title, but I think it was in some sort of a hailstorm. So in the pictures you can't tell, and probably through the video if I was to show you the car you couldn't tell. But if you saw it in person, you could definitely see the dents if you look for them. But for the price, I can't complain. I'm slowly getting it, you know, replacing things. I've done the oil change. Right, the next thing that I'm waiting on is a coolant reservoir. Those are known for busting, so waiting for that to show up, and then the car will be back on the road. Picked it up in Austin. The car has 249,000 miles. Yeah, it's not something that you typically want to get. Well, a Mercedes in general, it's not something you typically want to get with those type of miles. But for me and for what I needed and for the price that I got it, if I needed to replace the engine, I would. but actually it's solid. It runs real smooth. Transmission is smooth. It runs good. So I'm just gonna continue doing the work on it and keeping this car going. Oh yeah, look at that. So lastly, it will be a T30 to secure the back end of this thing. So yeah, so remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty, and you'll be okay. I didn't realize I was going in the wrong direction. And then we'll just grab this last one down here. Alright. Yeah, definitely you need a ratchet on these bolts back here. You don't have a lot of room to work with, and this stubby works out perfect. And you're gonna get your bit kind of stuck in there a bit. Just there it goes. Okay, and we'll take inspect our work. Look at that. Oh, the other thing to check is we'll see the lights come on. Alright, let's see. There you go. Look at that. All lit back up, looking nice and clean. Very nice. So we've cleaned up. I'll show you this vehicle. Oh, okay, I'll have to replace that. I'll show you this car. Oh, this is my dog car right here. See the bulls down there. Let's go. Let's give it a quick walk around. It's been a while since I've made a video. It's just been kind of busy, but I've got some projects that I need to tackle. This one, as I've mentioned, I've taken care of some stuff. Right now I have solar panels at the front. Just trickle charging the battery until I get it all driving. It's got the rear-ish suspension. That was something that I was afraid of, but this is in good condition here. The seats laid down completely. This one actually has the bucket seats, so it has a rear-facing seat, so you can fit 7 people in here. Wild. I just replaced the struts on this, so now the lift gate's open. That was something that wasn't opening before. Well, it opened, it just hard. And that's actually how I hurt my hand. But I think I'm almost back to new, so. Soft close still works. Let's see. You can see kind of some of the dents, as I was mentioning, but engine itself is in good condition. Like I said, I am working on some stuff here, but we'll get this car back on the road.